Presented by Everett Chevrolet.
Good evening and welcome to WCSN. I'm Jackson Braswell, the voice of the Wildcats. On tonight's show, we will recap national powerhouse Jinx. Payton Copher and Blaze Brothers will be dropping by the studio, as well as our WCSN camera operator, Andi McGowen. Today is Friday, September 23rd, and the Wildcat Sports Network starts right now.
All right, he's got to complete it. He's got a ton of pressure. For first down. Oh, he throws it over his shoulders. First down. And he's caught for a touchdown. Wide open first down. Touchdown. All the Wildcats.
Well, here with us now is Communications Director Schaeffer. Now, Rick, this is a conference that's seen a lot of change this year, but one of the constants is Coach Wood and the HAR-BER Wildcats. Talk some about that change.
Well, Chris Wood, of course, is the dean by far of the 7A West Conference. As he's been there every year, HAR-BER's had a football program. This is the 11th year. And as you start thinking about the other head coaches in the league, I think 2 years is the longest any of them have been there, including Zach Clark at Springdale High School. So it has undergone a lot of changes. The league's gone through a lot of changes even since HAR-BER came in. HAR-BER and Rogers were the first two school districts to split and have two high schools, and that happened 11 years ago. For HAR-BER, it was tough that first year because they kept the senior class united at Springdale High School, and so Springdale had a pretty good team that year. And I can remember I was doing radio for HAR-BER at the time and went down to Oklahoma, first game, won the game. You're thinking, boy, first year for HAR-BER football, it's really going to be great, and HAR-BER won one more game all that year. Next year we're better. Third year they won the state championship. So when you split, it does make a difference. Rogers split in the same year. For 2 years, Rogers High School was pretty good, then they slipped. Heritage was up and pretty good for a couple of years, but since then both of them have been down a little bit. So the change this year has Bentonville splitting. I don't know that Bentonville High will feel it that much this year because they've still got most of the seniors. Bentonville West doesn't have any seniors. But I think as the course of history goes along, Bentonville, which has been a state power, will start feeling that split, leaving Fayetteville down with no split, and they should be very good for years. Van Buren is the other new team in the league besides Bentonville West. Van Buren was in the league a few years ago when both Fort Smith schools went to the Central League, and Van Buren and Siloam Springs played in the 7A West, which was totally unfair to Siloam Springs. But the way the new league is configured, you have to figure this for the benefit of HAR-BER and for Springdale, and I don't want to downplay any opponent, but Van Buren and Bentonville West are not as good as the two Fort Smith schools. So for this year, maybe the 7A West won't be as strong from top to bottom as it has been in the past.
Now, you used to call some HAR-BER games all the way back when they got into the 7A West. So you've seen a lot of Wildcat football. What have been some of your impressions this year and just the program as a whole?
Well, watching them the first 2 weeks of the season, I didn't go to Jinx as you did, but I was watching it on your wonderful video. And I thought the first 2 weeks HAR-BER's defense looked as good as any HAR-BER defense I've ever seen, and that includes when Frazier was here and some of the others. This is a really good defense, and to hold Jefferson City like they did, to shut out Fort Smith Southside, that just doesn't happen. So I thought very impressed with the defense. And really last week against Jinx's total is a little bit deceiving because turnovers helped them expand the score at the end. So I think this can be a really, really good HAR-BER defense. And in this league this year, if you're the best defensive team, you have a great chance to win. Also, like HAR-BER speed, you know, when you've got a quarterback that's also a state champion, state sprint champion, I don't know that I've ever heard of that before. So I mean, that's not Johnny Manziel maybe. I don't know if he has those kind of moves like Manziel, but he's fast, and that makes a big difference. So we know Chris Wood always has good offensive teams. I think this is going to be a very good year for HAR-BER.
Rick, thanks for joining us. We'll bring him back later on to close out the show. Right now, we're going to take a look at our story from Ashland Grace Brothers about overcoming the odds and facing the Giants. Don't go anywhere. WCSN will be right back.
History remembers the Giants. From David and Goliath to Zeus and the Titans. Well, this week is no different. Wildcats versus the Trojans, facing off against the number 24 rated team in the nation. As the sound of the game echoes into the night sky and the Friday night lights begin to fade, we will have left a lasting impression on this field. You know, sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war.
You know, the Wildcats have obviously been performing extremely well this year. We won our first two games and won them big, and it was so much fun to watch. And so I knew that they were a good team and were going to do well, but, you know, Jinx is out of state, and I don't think any of us really knew what to expect competition level-wise.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that, my friends, is just the hard fact in facing the field of football. Perception is what constitutes the good from the bad. The struggle faced today determines the strength that awaits tomorrow.
I couldn't be more proud of the guys. They're out there kicking kicking butt. They're not expected to, and they are. And it's really awesome to be a part of this. It's great.
Mindset means everything in the game of football and the game of life. A positive attitude and a confident persona makes all the difference. It's a lifestyle, and any fan or former player would agree.
As being a former Wildcat, my expectations are always up here. I mean, they'll never change no matter what quarter it is, how far we're down, how far we're up. The expectation and the bar is always set up here. I mean, it has to stay like that for the type of teams that we play. I mean, it's got to stay. We have to have that mindset. It can't change.
The moment our Wildcats take the field, every worry in the world and every fear they've ever had is cast away. The only thing that matters is their team and the title that's at stake. We walk by faith and we defy against the odds, staying strong until the very end. But whether we win or lose, the true meaning of the game lies within the heart of the players. For WCSN, I'm Ashlyn Grace Brothers.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
First Security is here, only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers, to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities. You'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us on.
Welcome back. Here with us now is Blaze Brothers. Now, Blaze, to my understanding, we've heard that you might be playing through a knee injury. Talk about that injury and how you've had to overcome it early on in the season.
Yeah, I tweaked it in the North Little Rock game. It's been fine. I mean, I just tweaked it a little bit. The trainers have been helping me a lot, like with treatment and just helping me get back to 100%.
So you play Rogers this week. What are some things that you've seen on film and some things that you've had to prepare for tonight's game? They've ran it a lot. I mean, I think they're still going to come out with the run because they have a really good running back. But from the wide receivers, I feel like I'm going to see a lot of like vertical routes because we're going to play a lot of man coverage this week. And yeah, just a lot of man coverage and hitches and vertical routes. Well, last year they were an option team, so they switched to the spread this year. How different is it prepared for this year's Rogers team compared to last year's Rogers team?
I think they're just going to come out, be ready. I think they're going to pass a little bit more than they did last year, but it's going to be a good challenge.
Well, Blaze, appreciate you joining us, and good luck tonight. We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, Andi McGowen will be in the studio to speak about the behind-the-scenes times at WCSN. Don't go anywhere. The Wildcat Sports Network will be right back.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be. For you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Here with us now is Andi McGowen, and I'll let her talk a little bit. What do you do on Friday nights to prepare for the game?
Well, Friday nights we start at 4 o'clock. We gather up all the gear in Sherman's classroom and we haul it all over to the press box here at HAR-BER, or if it's an away game, we'll leave even earlier than that, and we go. And I'm one of the camera ops for the game, so I go up to the press box and I set up my camera and make sure everything looks good, and then help out in any way I can until the game starts. And then once it starts, I'm working right till it ends, making sure that everything looks good and there's never a dull moment on the screen.
Now, not only do you do sports broadcasting, but you're also part of the film program here at HAR-BER. Talk to me some about, what do you do in both of those different areas?
Well, I actually had the great opportunity the summer after my sophomore year. I got to go compete at Skills USA nationally in Atlanta, Georgia, and I got to compete with Hayden Henry, who was a senior, and he kind of helped me along, and we partnered up, and we got 3rd place in our competition in the nation doing that. And film's just something that I've always been interested in. I love to make short films and make trailers and stuff. That's really what I like to focus on.
So you like film, you like sports broadcasting, but you're also a part of the choir here. So talk about how you're singing. You enjoy singing as well, don't you?
Yes, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I've always loved singing along in the car and doing all that stuff. And I actually have a grandmother who's a voice teacher, and so she started to get me more into choral music, and then 5th grade I joined the choir at my school, and I've been involved in choir ever since.
Now all of these things have to lead to something. What do you want to do once you get out of high school?
My plan right now is I want to go to the University of Southern Mississippi, and I want to major in interior design and minor in business, because ultimately I want to own my own firm. And not a lot of people understand how that relates to what I'm doing right now, but film helps with that because I'll be able to design sets for TVs and movies, and I'm also gaining not only film skills but photography skills, so I can document my progress and my projects to make a portfolio to show to my future clients and stuff like that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Andi, and keep up the good work. We'll take one more quick commercial break, but when we come back, our leader on the field will be joining us. Don't go anywhere. WCSN will be right back.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett. Here at Everett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, family-owned, customer-friendly is more than just a slogan. We're dedicated to giving you the best car buying experience you've ever had. We really do want what's best for our customers, and it shows in everything we do. So come see us for a better way to buy Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Family-owned, customer-friendly. Everett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Springdale.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
They're all people in the community that have lived here for a while.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back. Here with us now is Payton Payday Copher. You know, Payton, they've come up with a lot of different nicknames in the WCSN office. Our head honcho, Travis Sherman, has named a lot of different guys. Yeah. Now, Riley Bean was the Giant. Trey Smith was Hot Hands. What do you think about Payday?
You know, it's I like it, really. It's got a little ring to it. I mean, shoot, I hope I get payday one day for being named, but I like it for sure.
Now, you play multiple positions. You're going to play 2 different positions on offense and another on defense. How do you have to mentally prepare to play all those different spots during the week?
You know, a lot of people, you know, they want to play one position dominant, but I'm really kind of, you know, whatever I can do to help the team win. So I keep my mind open to positions I can play. Being a quarterback really helps on offense, knowing everything that everybody has to do, knowing routes, where to line up, stuff like that. So playing multiple positions on offense really is really quite easy. But defense, keeping my defensive mentality is hard. You know, hunting the ball, getting the right reads, doing the right coverages. You know, leading the defense also as I lead the offense. It's really, I mean, it's just something that really comes natural to me.
Now, your speed is something that really makes you unique at the quarterback position. How do you feel like that gives you an edge when you're out there at that spot?
It really, I mean, it gives me an edge because it gives the whole team an edge because they have to account for me also. You know, most quarterbacks are a predominant passing quarterback. They hand the ball off to the running back, pass the ball. But when you have someone that's a dual threat quarterback, it gives an edge to the whole team. You know, they can't account, they have to account for me. If they don't count for me, I can pick up yardage. So, as they don't count for me, the speed helps a lot with getting away from guys, keep staying away from hits, stuff like that.
Now, you're going to play some safety tonight. You played it last year. And we didn't get to bring you on the show last year, but one of the biggest highlights of the season was your return against Bentonville. Run us through that play.
You know, our coaches really stressed it a lot this week that week that we were going to make some big special team plays if we want to win the game. So we practiced hard all week blocking the ball, and they put me and Blaze back there just in case we did end up blocking it. And when it happened, it kind of just froze for a second. It was like it wasn't real. And then I looked to the sideline, and I just see the coaches screaming, run, run, run. So I did what I know how to do, and I took off running. Had some great blocks.
Well, it was indeed real. And right now, let's take a look at that play. Payton Copher taking it to the house, the full length of the field.
So with 8:35 on the clock, it's 4th down and 9. Bentonville shows up with the field goal unit. Ball's going to be placed about the 15-yard line. It's a 25-yard kick. The kick is up. The kick is no good. Go.
He's returning it.
He's gone. He's off to the races. HAR-BER's grabbing
He's going to take it.
He's going downfield, baby. He's all the way downfield. Here he goes on his horse, grabbing gears.
Payton Copher, gone.
Woo! To all the way down, 99 yards, no laundry on the field. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Now, over 100 yards, that's the real deal. I probably would have had to go over and get some oxygen on the sidelines after that return.
For sure, I was very tired. But, I mean, my adrenaline was going so fast that my guys were cheering me on, patting me on my head. You know, we did a lot of conditioning over the summer, so the coaches really got us prepared for it. And, you know, just preparing well and really grinding through the things is what got me through it.
Now, conference play starts tonight. How excited are you to get that going?
Oh, I am pumped, man. The non-conference was good. You know, we lost to Jinx, but it was a tough-fought game. But I'm very ready to get this game versus Rogers going, show what the confidence, you know, that we're here to play.
Well, Payton, thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight. One more quick commercial break, and when we come back, Rick Schaeffer is going to be back in the studio with us to close it out. Don't go anywhere. WCSN will be right back.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting where it matters most. Faster care in the emergency room. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville, and Springdale.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
All right, Rick, let's close this thing out. Tonight we play the Mounties, and it's the first game in the conference season. In the past, Rogers might not be a team that you're worried about much, but they're starting the season 3-0. They're running the spread this year. You know, what do you think HAR-BER has to do to beat them tonight?
Well, that's a big change for Rogers because they've been primarily a running team, and HAR-BER's always been able to shut down their running game, so it'll be interesting to see how they do against the spread. Obviously, HAR-BER should know the spread because they run a lot of it themselves. Rogers is a very much improved team over last year. Rogers and Rogers Heritage both have coaching changes, and Heritage has started a little bit slower. Rogers has started very fast. You know, the thing about it is, even though Rogers has struggled in the past, and who knows how they're going to finish this year, when you win your first 3 games, sometimes you think you're better than you are, and they're playing at home. It's a season opener, so you know it's going to be a very tough ball game, but you got to feel like HAR-BER has good enough balance on offense to hurt Rogers on defense. And again, I just have so much confidence in HAR-BER's defense this year. You've got to they'll figure out a way to stop the spread. And we always talk about the spread in all realms of football, college and the NFL. It's the great equalizer of talent. Yeah. Maybe Rogers isn't the more talented team, but that's something HAR-BER is going to have to prepare for on defense, is that spread offense. Well, that's exactly right. It depends on how good your secondary is. Can your linebackers cover tight ends? Can they cover running backs coming out of the backfield even if they line up with a running back? They may not even do that if they use 5 wide. So, you know, how you defend those guys is very, very important. Again, I like HAR-BER's speed. From what I'm told, Danny Brackett, the principal at HAR-BER, said that before the season started, they timed their players and had, 29 or 30 guys that ran 4.8 or better. For a high school team, that's extraordinary. And so if you've got that kind of speed in your secondary, then you've got a chance to cover the spread. Well, Rick, appreciate you joining us. Thanks for coming by to WCSN. That's all the time we have for this week. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Jackson Braswell. Stay tuned. Up next is kickoff. We'll see you next time.
All right, he's got to complete it. Got a ton of pressure. First down. Oh, he throws it over his shoulder.